Hello, little adventurers. Welcome to the magical world of stories, where anything is possible. Today, we are going on a thrilling journey with Princess Thumbnelia, a tiny but brave hero with a heart as big as the sky. Are you ready to dive into this enchanting tale? Let's begin. Princess Thumbnelia's Adventure. Once upon a time, in a magical land surrounded by shimmering rivers and towering crystal mountains, there lived a tiny princess named Thumbnelia. She was no taller than a daisy and as graceful as a butterfly. Thumbnelia lived in the kingdom of Bedtime, a place where flowers were so large that the citizens made their homes inside blooming tulips and sunflowers. Thumbnelia was special, not only because of her tiny size but also because of her kindness and bravery. She wore a gown made of silken rose petals and a crown crafted from dewdrops that sparkled like diamonds. Despite her small stature, she had a heart big enough to embrace the whole world. The mysterious glow. One bright morning, as Thumbnelia was tending to her garden of violets, she noticed a strange glow emanating from the forest. It wasn't the usual golden sunlight that danced through the trees. This light was silvery and pulsing, almost as if it were alive. Curious and determined, Thumbnelia decided to investigate. She called upon her loyal friend Pip, a cheerful cricket with a knack for playing the violin. Pip hopped beside her as she rode on the back of Luna, her trusty ladybug steed. "Are you sure about this, Thumbnelia?" Pip chirped nervously. "The forest is vast, and that light feels different." Thumbnelia nodded, her emerald eyes sparkling with determination. "If something is out there, Pip, it might need our help." The Enchanted Grove. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the glow grew brighter, leading them to a hidden grove surrounded by ancient willow trees. In the center of the grove stood a shimmering fountain that seemed to flow with liquid moonlight. Perched on the fountain's edge was a tiny, trembling fairy with wings that looked as fragile as frost on a winter morning. Thumbnelia approached gently. "Hello there, are you all right?" The fairy looked up, her face pale and her eyes filled with worry. "I am Lyric, the guardian of the Moonstone Fountain," she whispered. "But something terrible has happened. The heart of the fountain, a magical gemstone that keeps our forest alive, has been stolen." The call to adventure. Thumbnelia's heart ached at the fairy's plight. Without the heart of the fountain, the forest would wither, and all its inhabitants would lose their home. Determined to help, she offered her assistance. "Do you know who took it?" Thumbnelia asked. Lyric nodded. "It was taken by Shadowclaw, a greedy raven who lives in the Blackthorn Tower. He plans to use its magic for his own selfish desires." Pip gulped. "Blackthorn Tower? That place is surrounded by thorns as sharp as swords." Thumbnelia placed a reassuring hand on Pip's shoulder. "We must try. The forest depends on us." Journey to the tower. Their journey to Blackthorn Tower was fraught with challenges. They crossed the Whispering Meadow, where the flowers whispered secrets so loudly that it was hard to concentrate. They sailed across the misty brook on a leaf boat, braving swift currents and mischievous water sprites. Each time they faced a difficulty, Thumbnelia's quick thinking and courage saved the day. As they neared the tower, the sky grew darker, and the air turned cold. The tower loomed ahead, its jagged silhouette framed by a tangle of black thorns. Shadowclaw's cackling echoed from the top. The clever plan. Thumbnelia and Pip hatched a plan. While Luna distracted Shadowclaw by buzzing around him, Thumbnelia would sneak into the tower and retrieve the heart of the fountain. Pip, ever resourceful, used his violin to play a tune that enchanted the thorns, causing them to sway gently out of the way. Inside the tower, Thumbnelia found the heart of the fountain locked in a golden cage. Shadowclaw had set a trap. Anyone who tried to open the cage would be stuck in a magical snare. But Thumbmelia noticed a riddle inscribed on the cage. To free the heart, you must show your own, a selfless act, the key alone. Without hesitation, Thumbmelia placed her tiny hands on the cage and whispered, "I wish to save the forest and everyone who calls it home. Take my strength if you must." The cage glowed brightly, and the heart of the fountain was released into her hands. Thumbmelia felt no harm, only a warmth spreading through her, as if the magic recognized her pure intentions. The battle with Shadowclaw. Just as Thumbmelia emerged with the heart of the fountain, Shadowclaw swooped down, his beady eyes gleaming with fury. "You dare steal from me?" he screeched. Thumbmelia stood her ground. "This doesn't belong to you, Shadowclaw. It belongs to the forest." With a sharp cry, Shadowclaw lunged, but Pip's quick thinking saved the day. He played a triumphant tune on his violin, summoning the enchanted thorns to rise and block the raven's path. Luna joined the fray, zipping around Shadowclaw to confuse him. Together, they managed to escape the tower, restoring the forest. Thumbmelia returned to the fountain and placed the heart back where it belonged. As soon as it touched the fountain, a burst of silver light filled the grove. The trees grew greener, the flowers bloomed brighter, and the air hummed with life. Lyric smiled, her wings shimmering once more. "Thank you, Thumbmelia," Lyric said. "You've saved us all." A hero's welcome. When Thumbmelia returned to Petalvin, the entire kingdom celebrated her bravery. The Queen of Petalvin declared a grand festival in her honor, complete with firefly lanterns and music that echoed through the night. Thumbmelia, however, remained humble. "I couldn't have done it without my friends," she said, hugging Pip and Luna. "True strength comes from working together." And so, Princess Thumbmelia's story became a legend, told across the land to inspire kindness, bravery, and the belief that even the smallest among us can make a big difference. And so, Princess Thumbmelia and her friends showed us that no matter how small you are, kindness and bravery can change the world. Did you enjoy this adventure? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for another magical story. Until then, keep dreaming big and being kind. Bye-bye.